designs here are so beautiful, really. It's kind of nice because it's all worn away, which gives it this nice rustic look. This is so interesting. First, as a tour guide, it's always a bit loud. This is so interesting. I thought Jinmen was just a small local island, but it turns out they have a huge influence on the rest of Southeast Asia. Like, they would go abroad and work, and, you know, they would do they call it chain migration. You know, these are all the different places they would go, because this one says Taiguo. So this is based on, you know, they would have family and friends in those countries, so they would go to those countries where their friends and family already there would help them find a place to stay and look for jobs. So chain migration, and the more this happens, the bigger these areas become, and you get Chinatowns. That's where Chinatowns are developed, really. Very interesting. There are three emigration waves of the contemporary Kinmen. First one was the 1860s, Qing Dynasty, because of natural disasters. Second one was 1912 to 1929, because of business in Southeast Asia colonies. And then there was also the third wave was during the Sino-Japanese War in 1937 to 1945. They probably went there to look for shelter from the war, no doubt. So there are three waves. That's interesting. Even Jinmen, small island, had such an interesting history. Look at this. Some kind of stone pagoda. My reading's not good enough. Something about the war. By the looks of it, in 1961, 民国50年, it was destroyed in a battle. I think that's in soldiers. It was destroyed in the fighting. Is it rebuilt? Is that rebuilt? I don't know. Rebuilt in 2004. I gotta work on my reading, like, really, guys. Because one thing is, here in Taiwan, a lot of the museums don't have any English. Even in Taipei, I've been to plenty of museums in Taipei where there's no English at all. So it can be a bit difficult to learn. Some of them do. So far, all of the museums here have been in English, so that's been pretty convenient. These are all the different schools that were established in 1900, 1932, 1936. Look at this. Look at that. Oh, see, that's a flag of the Kuomintang, and this is a flag of the Republic of China, Taiwan. See, very beautiful, very beautiful. So this is a classroom. This is what a normal classroom would have looked like back in the day, pretty simple. You see? I wonder if these are the real ones. Do you think these are the real desks? You know, historically preserved? If they are, I want to find out. I want to find where somebody's wrote Ganinya or I love so and so. Look, this is a chalkboard. Wow, very cool. So they're saying these overseas Chinese as well. They, you know, became rich. Became rich from all their business entrepreneurs. I don't know, say all their business ventures. And then, but they cared a lot about education, so they built lots of schools in the countries they went to, and special built schools back home. So it's very, very interesting.
Widow Tower.
This is interesting. Because of
Widow
the
Tower.
Taiwanese and Minanhua. And they're actually different, listen.
In
Minan, this is Taiyu. This is Minanhua. This is different. That is really interesting. I just thought so now you can hear me now. I always thought Taiyu and Minanhua were the same, but they're actually different. So I'm gonna find out more. I want to find out more like about the differences, why they're different. Maybe Minanhua is more like Fujian style. The old private and post telecom office in Kinmen. Oh wow, they're looking very old. Bit dusty. I think he needs to clean his glasses. So they're saying here that the rich overseas business Chinese people will send back the money to help their family, to help the clans and friends and family and whatnot, but also just for the retirement. They send money back, they build new homes, big fancy homes, establish an economy, and when they retire, they can come back and enjoy a nice life. Makes sense, right? An old traditional stove. They probably, what would they cook in here? Just, you know, their pots and pans, maybe cooked kind of bread. Maybe not bread, but like, you know, bread. I don't know how to call it. Bean kind of stuff. Bean is fried. But anyway, look at this. This is a traditional style room. This is your traditional cupboard, traditional desk, and like a traditional bed. I'll say with plenty of mosquitoes around, it would have a mosquito net around the whole thing to protect it. Oh, I want to stay and listen to all these stories because they're really interesting to learn about, but so many, and I want to get around and do some other things, so I'm going to skip the story just now. Really done. We're pretty seen all of it now. We're just gonna leave in a minute, but this is called Jinshui Elementary School. If you're in, if you come to Jinmen, you gotta come down to, what's this area called? Shuito. It's called Shuito. This area is called the Shuito village. You have to come here, guys. It's in the southwest side. So they had good connections with different ports over to China and down to the Southeast Asia. So that's why it's probably developed so well. It's called the Shuito area, named after the Shuito Huang's clan. Because here in Jinmen, each area is divided into the families, into the clans. So they don't really have street names so much. More per se, they don't have street names per se, more just areas of families. And they really cared for education. So in Shuito, come to Jinshui Elementary School. It's fantastic. You're going to learn a lot about Jinmen's history and culture. So I recommend it, guys. It's fascinating here.